O'Brien, and welcome to the phlegm that I just dislodged. Hello, I'm Dara O'Brien, and welcome to the last in the current run of Mock the Week. Series 17 has seen us covering the usual array of momentous world events. Brexit, nuclear summits, Cold War espionage, World Cup semi-final heartache, and Donald Trump having a mushroom-shaped penis. It's been truly unforgettable. Anyway, as ever, please enjoy the following selection of best bits, unseen material and outtakes. I'll see you in December for a Christmas special. Hope you enjoy it. Moving on, what are becoming less popular with children?
Is it pedos?
Yeah. Oh, you see?
They were in the 70s. They were very popular. To be fair.
It's clowns, but I would say they've never been popular with children. Who likes clowns? Do you like clowns?
Depends what sweets they got. Oh, sorry, clowns, not paedophiles.
It's the makeup. What are you hiding? Write a joke, you prick.
That's very harsh, because I have you know that is Dara.
There was a time where this career involved making your bones, you know, actually working the circuit, doing the Putlands thing, you know. You all just breezed in with your Edinburghs. Some of us had to daub on the paint and go out there and do 8 shows a week, honey. And Chuckles here is proud of that time he did. It was an academy for some of us. So put on the damn nose and shut up. And then I angrily turn on my giant shoes. Angrily spin on my giant shoes and twack, twack away.
I always wondered why your car was so small. Now it makes complete sense.
But there are less than 100 clowns now in Britain, apparently.
Yeah, less than 100 registered clowns.
Yeah.
Which brings up a whole horrible scenario of unregistered. Clowns that have somehow been struck off. Presumably their car stayed together and they weren't welcome anymore.
I hear you can do some unregistered clowning for you. Yeah, I can do unregistered clowning. What do you want? With the full face and the hair and everything? I only got one shoe, though.
I got to tell you, I'm a bit of a maverick. Sometimes the bucket won't have confetti, it'll just have boiling water.
I feel sorry for the new head of clown recruitment. Big shoes to fill. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I went for one of them. I got range.
Don't you worry, you're a very funny boy. I see you as my son on this team today. Flanked by my sons. That's why I've worn basically a nursery pattern on my... Just in case you get a bit nappy later on.
Me and Reece do look like we could be brothers, don't we?
Oh, don't do this, mate. I know where this is going, mate. I know I look like an ill you.
That is very harsh on yourself. You look like me if I died in a coal mine when I was 12.
Whatever, Ed, mate. Oh, I used to be fat, now I'm thin. I've been thin forever. Shut up.
Yeah, but yours is clearly for medical...
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I think you look a bit like Russian doll, you.
I've never been inside Ed. Not ruling it out?
And thunderclap. Is it thunderclap?
Yeah, actually, we call it the Viking clap. I don't know why people call it the thunderclap here. That just sounds like some terrible disease, like on...
What is it, though? What is it?
Do the thing! Do the thing we brought you here to do. Just take the thing and let's go see it. Whoa, stop. No. You are just dreadful at this. Stop following his feet. The pause is long and it gets narrower. Here's a clue. His hands, when his hands move, maybe there, right? Rather than any time the mood struck you.
I think we should film this and just put the word Brexit in front of it.
OK, let's try that again, shall we?
Themselves like you got that right the first time. That's how happy you were with yourselves there. And there were still 2 people who got that wrong.
It's so impressive because you guys are so synchronised. And the most synchronised thing that English fans can do is dance to Come On Eileen at a wedding. I mean, that's...
Or, like, say, you're just a shit shop in London, which they said before the Iceland match. And then they lost it.
What's the thing you shout, by the way, during the thunderclap?
It's who.
OK, but I know the noise it is.
What does it
mean
mean?
something?
It literally means nothing. It just means, like... yeah.
Sounds like a goddamn owl.
Like a very
really...
Like when the French adopted it.
to Hugh. Was bad at it.
Very good.
She looks like she's from a Quentin Blake drawing.
Oh, stop it!
One of those lesser-known Roald Dahl.
Can we go back to that picture of Justin Trudeau? Because he's really hot. Hot spread.
OK, there's Justin
He's
Trudeau.
he's like the sort of Michael Bublé of politics, isn't he? Isn't that you and your mum both definitely would?
Thing is,
Presumably, Debbie, you'd want some gap or
Oh,
some
not at the
sort of-
same time, Dara. What's wrong?
Mom! I'm doing Justin Trudeau now! You ruin everything!
Stop being rudo with Trudeau.
The thing is, though, I kind of only like Trudeau because his name sounds like when someone from Croydon is trying to convince you that they're not lying.
Could not deliver that joke. I could not land that joke.
You just changed it to Ireland, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
It's Trudeau.
That'd be true enough, though, no? Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Your Royal Highness, I'm Piers Morgan. Oh, yes, I know you. You're the fat one from Britain's Got Talent. My father is a very big fan of Stavros Flatley. What are you doing at the moment? I'm the world's greatest television interviewer. Oh, God, how tedious. Don't laugh at me, Morgan. I could have you killed. Oh, I recognise you, don't I? You're, I am Lorraine, Your Royal Highness. Of course, yes, Lorraine, my favourite quiche.
Yes, Lorraine, we love your programme. I watch it every morning with a packet of Lambert and Butler and a copy of the Racing Post. And now, Gino, do you have any food? I'm absolutely starving.
What do you fancy?
Oh, something meaty and spicy.
Oh, well, meaty and spicy are my middle name. Actually, not true. My name is actually Steve. I come from Croydon, but this Italian thing is... Philip, please. They're coming, please. What are you doing down there? I was just stroking the cat from that advert. It just won't leave me alone. Oh, look, it's Richard and Judy. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to see you, Judy, and you, Richard. Yes, the trouble and strife will be along in a minute. She loves your programme. She loves you. She loves Jeremy Kyle.
Hello.
Hey, who loves that programme? What's the programme you love on Channel 5? The one about the vets?
Oh, yes. That's called Psycho Pussies When Pets Attack. Oh, that's bouncy. Oh, you love it at the bouncy, don't you? You love bouncy, don't you, Dad?
Oh, yes, I love bouncy. I would live in a bouncy castle if I could. Yeah. Come to Eamon, Camilla, come to Eamon. I love you. I love your coat. I love your wife. I love you. Any chance of a knighthood? I feel a little bit sick. So I just... Oh, I got a bit of an itch on my nose. I just wiped that down. So what's this? Is this made of ground-up peasants? Love of my joke. I'm the Prince of Wales. That's right. Love of my joke. Yes.
I'm just going to try some of this. I suspect... Oh, that's lovely. That really does have a bit of an afterburn. My God. Oh, that's hot, Philip.
I tell you what, just keep your eye on Schofield. He thinks that's cheese.
Well done, you. Thank you. In other news, who might you spot at a West Bromwich Albion game this season?
Some great footy players.
Spoken with your authority.
Sorry, I left the microphone off.
In other news, who might you spot... Oh, fuck that.
Dara, can you please be professional, mate?
In other news, who might you spot at West Bromwich Albion football games this season? What? There was actually nothing wrong with that.
You put about 5 Fs on football. Football.
Yeah, suffering succotash. I like watching football. In other news... Who might you be spotting at West Bromwich? Which character am I even doing?
Anyone else worry they'll be never turned on again?
Why, has that ruined some sexual fantasy? Stevenson! Oh, Miss Stevenson! Now that your 2 boys are out of the room. In other news, who might you spot at West Bromwich Albion games this season?
Some great footy players.
Yes! You mean football player?
Is it West Brom's new mascot?
It is West Brom's new mascot, who is, one of the most endearing and delightful, heartwarming mascots we've seen. Do you know who it is?
Is it a boiler, by any chance?
It is a boiler. Who wouldn't be cheered up by that?
Please show some respect. It is a combi boiler.
And what I love is there's literally no effort made to anthropomorphise the boiler. There's no face. Surely, it's one thing cutting armholes and leg holes. That's surely useful. But a face is surely the basic minimum. I presume some of that is that.
Be behind the...
I think there is an armhole.
They haven't just put them into a metal boiler and pushed them out. To wander through the pitch, just this metal thing with his arms and like some sort of weird punishment.
But this is going to be a problem for... Look, one of the great things that the internet has thrown up, and there's not many, but one of the great things that it's thrown up is the fact that on Remembrance Day or at football games that happen at moments of any kind of national significance, the players have to stand for a minute's silence and the mascots have to stand next to them. And that means there's going to be, this year at Remembrance Day, there's going to be a bunch of people remembering the 2 world wars and a fucking boiler.
What it look is if he bends down and the door just slides.
Anyway, the Labour Party.
The Labour Party, yes, because they will be watching you. You're watching, and you're going to tweet us if we say anything mean about the Labour Party, because we said you'll tweet us last week, and you tweeted us. Oh, it was fantastic ones. I did a number of people who said, actually, Darren, I'm very disappointed. And I'm going, you're not my mum. Somebody tweeted to us going, that's this Corbyn supporter never watching that programme again. I do not enjoy being mocked. In other news, how did Japan's space agency make history this week?
Oh, they've landed on an asteroid.
They have landed on an asteroid,
I don't know how far it is from... Where is it?
It's in space.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dara, the scientist.
The good news is that Theresa May is confident we can do a trade agreement with her. The photographs are incredible. You've seen them?
I have, yeah.
It's sort of it's very barren, but there is already a branch of Costa.
Incredible. They're not incredible. The photos are chaos. They're like the ones people take when they're pissed at a wedding with those disposable caps.
It's like the asteroid got nervous because it was having a selfie with space. It's got, I've got my thumb over the lens.
They came back with a sticker on them saying, perhaps you were moving too fast when you took this.
Was that a joke about developing photos? Sorry, everyone. Just by the way, you are watching a new episode of... This is not a repeat on Dave. Just made a photo developing joke.
You know what, when you had to put the thing over your head and you had to look down. And the people would they get their top hats just right, and then you'd go. Listen, the best thing about it is they're going to go out and they're going to get samples, and then they're going to bring them back. Do you want me to do it in a Manchester accent? I'll do it in a Manchester... brilliant.
It's not, you know, it's not just his accent. He is an actual scientist.
But they want to bring it back, which means it'll land roughly...
The asteroid.
Oh, it means we get to do this story again.
You will do it again, and you will learn. Yeah, but it'll be right during the Olympic opening ceremony. Could you imagine how great that would be? Like, during the Olympic opening ceremony, when it comes back down, in the middle of the opening ceremony, it comes back down. That's
Look
not
how
what they're
excited
planning.
you are.
They're not going to do that, obviously. Sorry. You genuinely thought, yeah, right in the middle of they light the flame, but instead they... that thing
It'll be like when you stole the moon in Despicable Me.
What has the US suddenly found itself with a massive surplus of?
Racists.
Yes.
Also,
yes,
cheese.
Yes.
I mean, it's one way to make America great again.
It is, yes. The US has amassed 630 million kilograms of cheese, the largest stockpile since records began.
Who's keeping a record?
The cheese people are keeping records.
This is the question. They've got so much cheese, why don't they build a wall out of it? Spike a few nachos, stick them on the top. Problem over.
If anything, you're slightly making the border more appealing to people who have nothing to go, we have built a wall of an edible wall. Don't come near our edible wall.
You keep out lactose intolerant.
OK, Grant, it'll keep out the lactose intolerant.
You would have to hope it was cheese without holes in it as well, wouldn't you?
You think they might slide through them?
If it was like, you know, an Emmental or something, they might just slip through. I suppose the Americans don't have much Emmental, thinking about it.
They really missed a trick by not keeping all the cheese in Philadelphia.
How many more have you got?
You're on a bit of a roll here, aren't you?
It's the short bits that make the edit, I find.
Yes.
At the time of recording, we don't know the result of England's semi-final match against Korea, but whatever happened, this was still the country's best performance at a World Cup. So you really want me to just in a really flat, you know, so you have it. Yeah. So you don't want me in any way to put anything into that other than just read the words. Do you really want...
Well, perhaps I think if you could put some positivity into it.
At the time of recording, we don't know the result of England's semi-final match against...
No one could believe.
Across the universe, they gazed upon us with envious eyes.
She looked on fucked it up. Took ages to get to the mic, and then messed it up.
Step back,
Not the line you'd hear.
Step back a couple of steps and walk in back in again.
I'll do whatever the hell I want.
If you want anarchy, you get anarchy. At the time of recording, we don't know the result of England's semi-final match against Croatia, but whatever happened, oh, those brave boys have still delivered the country's best performance at a World Cup since 1990.
Well, we're pretty...
No. Rachel?
No.
Please. What a great guy I am.
Does anyone want to know an exciting thing that's just happened?
Yes.
Have England scored?
England scored.
Dara's got a boner.
How many more ways can I do this? OK, I shall do it this way. Recording. We do not know the result of England's game against Croatia. But whatever happened, this was still the country's best performance at a World Cup since 1919. End scene. OK, here we go. The first subject. You're such a dick. You're such a dick.
I'll tell you what, I've always wanted to be on the episode where you lose it.
What has the Archbishop urged church leaders to do?
Have a big wank.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, Britain's foremost satirist, Nish Kumar.
Hence the phrase bashing the bishop.
In other news,
Yeah.
what has the Devon Primary School banned this week?
Inbreeding.
They've banned a dance, haven't they?
They've banned
the flossing dance.
Flossing, they banned, yes.
Which
Very
is
much
from
so.
Fortnite, isn't it?
It's not from Fortnite.
No, I don't know anything about
Sorry, I
it.
got very angry about that, didn't I? I really got angry. It's not from Fortnite, right?
Yeah, Grandad, get with the
Jesus.
programme.
It's just a dance
I
that
just
the wee
want-
kids do.
Dara,
right?
can you floss?
I can floss, but I'm not going to do the flossing.
Of course you are.
You can do that as long as you want. Really, it has have no power over me. I don't have to floss for anyone.
You're approaching this all wrong. The way to do it is very... I know this man. It's simple as this. I don't believe you.
That's very clever, but now you've told me you're meant. My arse am I going to floss on national television?
Dara, Susie and I will do it with you.
Don't get me involved in this, mate. Hey, why did I get passed?
Hang on, whoa. You start,
Where are we going?
we're going that way first, and then across over. We are likely to make this very, very bad, right? This is what banned in school. If you're watching in Devon, turn it off now. So it's grand. I've just won my game of Fortnite, and then... No, it's too much space. No, too much space. It's
Dara,
that.
that's not it.
It's that. I feel that is...
There we go, I've got it. You've got to get into
I
the
was
rhythm.
literally doing it. The actually worst thing about this is that this clip will feature on the internet with "It's Coming Home." I'm just rude.
Watching that is the youngest I've ever felt in my life.
Say, if anyone thinks that had no satirical value, right, on a topical show, let me just say this. What happened there was the will of the people was respected, no matter how stupid the idea.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear in a science documentary.
And it was when the apple fell on his head that Newton made his greatest discovery. Apple helmet.
And now to demonstrate chaos theory, we have Theresa May explaining Brexit.
Saturn, with its dozens of moons, its majestic rings of ice, thinks it's so great.
And what we can conclude from that experiment is cows don't bounce.
God made that. God made that. God made that. No questions. Thank you. Good night.
First, there was the Big Bang. And then seconds later, I was exchanging my insurance details with the other driver.
In 1997, I did a fart so bad my dad called a plumber because he thought there'd been a sewage leak, but it was actually the fart that I'd done. Nish Kumar's An Inconvenient Truth.
Hi, I'm Brian Cox, and finally they have let me do a science programme without that Irish guy in it.
Hi, I'm Professor Brian Cox, and this is Dara O'Brien, and tonight we're finally going to find out what happens when we kiss.
And today we'll follow the sperm on its journey towards its beautiful conclusion, the bedsheets of this travel lodge.
And it was then that Einstein rocked the world of physics with his famous equation E equals Mach 2.
So, genetically, blue-eyed parents can only have blue-eyed children. I have blue eyes, my wife has blue eyes, therefore my daughter has... Hang on a minute.
And because we found this slither of thigh bone and gentle shards of skull, I think we can say that this is the worst hotel breakfast in the UK.
Scientists believe that elephants first evolved the trunk as a sort of frontal auxiliary reproductive organ, or face dick.
And now here's the periodic table. Sorry, loose women.
Next topic is things you wouldn't hear on a cookery show.
You can, of course, make your own pasta if you've got too much time on your hands, you pretentious prick.
Well, while we're waiting for the rice to cook, that'll take another 5 or 6 minutes, I'm going for a poo.
So I used to be one of those chefs that shouts and swears a lot, but then I discovered oven gloves.
Today, I'm using a Smeg fridge, which is just like a normal fridge that I don't clean regularly enough.
If you're having trouble whipping them up into stiff peaks, have you tried gently cupping their balls?
Oh, and welcome to Cooking After You've Come Home Pissed. Tonight we're doing a cup of soup that's slightly gone past its best before date. It tastes a bit better if you put some HP sauce in it.
Now, try not to drizzle too much oil on the lamb or it will wriggle free and escape.
I don't know about you, but I really love upside-down pineapple cake, or as Australians call it, pineapple cake. Or as Australian pineapples call it, the cake of death.
Well, I enjoyed this meal so much when I had it in a Parisian restaurant that I asked the chef what it was called. So this is my own version of fuck off English.
Mary Berry is quite critical of this soggy bottom, but to be fair, in this kind of heat, it's kind of unavoidable.
Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Pissed! So this one, you just stick it in the oven, turn up to 190, have a nap. When the smoke alarm goes off, it's done!
Well, you may be wondering, what is the perfect accompaniment to a Scotch egg? Simple. Scotch sperm.
Now, my wife absolutely loves street food, but that's probably because I married a pigeon.
Now, normally for this recipe, I like to use pork lardons, but my producer doesn't listen, so I spent the entire morning making some pigs very happy.
So today, I'm going to be making banana wine, and I'm going to be pressing the skins with my bare feet. Yeah.
This week, we're going to be tackling that very difficult dish, which is the potato waffle that fell out of the packet months ago and has been stuck in the ice. First thing we need is a very sharp knife.
Hello, I'm Nigella Lawson, and welcome to the non-innuendo cookery hour, where we'll be teaching you how to cook, dick, wank.
Weirdly, 13 years ago, you didn't know about science, though. That wasn't a thing, was it, for you then?
Yes, it was a thing.
But you didn't do any science. You didn't do Coxie
I didn't
then, did you?
start
You didn't
knowing
do any
stuff
science
because I
stuff.
stood next to Brian Cox. I didn't learn science by osmosis, by standing next to Brian Cox and I'd lick his sweat. Fuck you, Hugh, all right? You should be on my side on the generational gap, if no other reason, in this show now. You and I are the only old people left on this show, so we have to stick up for each other, because these young pricks are taking over.